I think it's time we talked about kippers.
Hello, Mr. McBride?
No, sorry, he died about a year ago of a burst appendix.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. It's all right, we're too late.
Excuse me, mate, do you know the quickest way to Enfield?
What, you're driving or you're walking?
I'm driving.
Yeah, that's the quickest, mate.
Details.
What kind of details do you need? Name? What, you want to go on a date or something? No, I am married, I'm telling you that now. So you got no chance. Absolutely no, especially with them outbreak.
He said I'm aggressive.
Excuse me? He?
You, yeah.
I'm a female police officer.
Oh, look at this story! Yo, fresh out of primary school! Yo!
I'm asking you, why are you stopping to me? Listen to me. We've stopped you, okay? Because your friend is driving a car on a road. Just getting a little taxi. Right, guys?
Yeah, why you keep holding your lips like that?
Fucking hell, love, what you done? Why have you done that?
It's my fault, it's only a tyre.
Only a tyre, she says. Blimey.
Video in a minute. Come on, carry on.
There goes your taste. This is a
You think someone's broken into your home? You came home and your back door was wide open? You think it was a thief? We don't actually use the word thief anymore. It's actually quite offensive. We prefer to use the term unauthorised.
Sorry, first time being kidnapped, kinda nervous. So like, why did you pick me? Do you think I'm cute?
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, daddy vibes, we love a bad boy king and I wanna die.
I've been scammed right before Christmas. So some of you might have seen yesterday I put a post on of somebody's page on TikTok and I'd put scammer. So I want to come on this morning to let you know what's happened. So basically I was trying to order something for my Anna Lee for Christmas, something that she really, really wants, but I absolutely begrudged paying the full price for, because she just ruins everything. So I thought, right, you know, I can get them. So I tried to get them and I had a bit of a carry on and things happened and I didn't end up getting them. I'd messaged this person, I'll pop them here. I'd messaged this person, I told them about the carry on that I'd had trying to get this item, and she was all full of, oh, you know, I hate when people do that, and you know, like all of that, full of sympathy and whatever. So she assured me that she could get this item, and she seemed really genuine, she seemed really lovely, and I had absolutely no reason not to trust this person. So the communication was great, she was messaging straight back. I ordered the item and another couple of items from her, because I had no reason not to trust her, like I say. So I ordered these items, I sent the money straight over. I did find it strange that the account that I had to send the money to was a completely different person, but quite often that happens. So sometimes people use the partner's account or, you know, like that sort of thing. So I thought, I'm just being paranoid, like.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted, your daily reminder that in the United Kingdom the public aren't just squeezed, we're practically sewn up like kippers. Now look at this. Few bits from the shop, nothing fancy. Cost me the sort of money that used to feed a family for a week. And you start to wonder, who exactly is having us on? Because it's not just one thing, is it? Prices creeping up here. Sizes shrinking there. Fees appearing out of nowhere like uninvited guests. You don't get robbed all at once anymore. It's done politely, in installments. You've got companies telling you costs are rising. Fair enough, to a point. But then, profits look rather healthy, don't they? You've got policies and promises that sound reassuring until the bill arrives and you realize you're the one footing it. Funny how that works. Heads they win, tails we pay. And the public? Well, we carry on, pay up. Grumble a bit, pay again. If patience were currency, we'd be the richest nation on earth.
About orders, she was telling people to WhatsApp her, and I thought, well, if you're telling people to send you a WhatsApp message, then you are going to be on WhatsApp to get these messages. So I thought, that's really strange. Anyways, a little bit of time went on. It was like the next day by like tea time, and I thought, yeah, this isn't right. So I sent her another message, and I just said, like, you know, can you please, I'd sent multiple messages, and I just said, can you please get back to me with the tracking? I understand that people are busy, but you know, I have seen that you've posted on TikTok, like, can you just send the tracking? That's all I wanted, just the tracking. So I never heard anything back, and then I was talking to somebody else, another seller, about something else, and I just so happened to mention to her about what was going on, and she asked the person's name, so I told her, and then she sent me a screenshot of another customer of hers that had also been scammed by this person. So then I'm thinking, well, yeah, I've definitely been scammed. So I sent this person a message, and I said, I've been told, you know, I've seen messages, I'm being told that you're a scammer, and I really hope that this isn't true. Can you please get in touch? And the message that I got back from her, wow. So she never said, oh, you know, I'm really sorry, I've been busy, like, yeah, this is this, and here's your tracking number. Nothing, absolutely nothing like that. It was just basically, so what, I don't reply to you for a couple of hours and I'm a scammer, give it a rest, that sort of thing. And I thought, well, it hasn't been a couple of hours, it's been a couple of days, so you're wrong. And she said that I was paranoid, like all of this. And I thought, well, you're not really filling me with much hope, because why would you go on like that? And I wasn't nasty to her, you know, I just said the fact. So why could she not have just replied and said, oh, I'm really sorry, like, here's your tracking? So I still had no tracking. These messages went back and forward, and she basically was just vile. And then I sent her another message, and I said, like I just want the tracking number. Like, I don't care if you're that hard up for the money, keep the money, I don't care, but either just send me the tracking or tell me that they're not coming, basically. So again, I waited for replies. She then sent me a message and said that she was out, she had 1% battery, and she said, I'll message you when I get home with everything that you want. So then she sent a screenshot of the chat to prove that her phone was on 1%. She said, there you go, just proving that it's on 1% in case you call me a liar next. And I was like, right, okay. So I thought I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, if she's got this tracking number, then that's fine. So I never heard anything back that night. I didn't push it. I thought, right, I'll leave it. Didn't hear anything the next morning, so I messaged her again. No reply again. So then I sent another message, and I said, listen, I'm literally giving you another couple of hours, and then I am posting on TikTok to let other people know. It's not about spite. It's not about, like, shaming someone. It's to make other people aware, because I don't care about that money. I mean, I'm not happy that I've lost that money, but I don't care about it. It's not going to completely ruin Christmas. But there is some people that order from these sellers that genuinely cannot afford this to happen, and that is, like, they'd be left without the money and without the item. Do you know what I mean? It would literally ruin their Christmas, and that infuriates me. Like, how anyone can do that to someone, especially this close to Christmas. So I thought I will put it on TikTok, and I will let everybody know. So yeah, I gave it a little bit of time. She replied, and she just said, what's your full, she said, I'm not reading all of that, what's your full name for the tracking? So I sent her my name, which she should already have. I just sent my name, and then a little while later she sent this tracking number. So I thought, actually, do you know what, maybe I'm wrong. And I thought, I hold my hands up if I am wrong. So I checked this tracking, and it was with Royal Mail, and I thought, I still don't know, because I can't find out if that's for me or, like, to come to my address. Like, nothing. There's nothing to it other than this tracking number saying that they're expecting the parcel from the supplier or something like that. So I thought, well, But I thought I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because she sent me this tracker number. But something just wasn't sitting right with me. Like, I thought there's something not right here. So I went back on anyways. And I checked again. And it said the date on it was the 15th of November. Now, I didn't order from this person until the 21st of November. So unless she had a premonition about what I was about to order and she pre-ordered it for me, that ain't my tracking number. So by this point, obviously I knew that this was a scam. But in the run-up to that, I've been chatting to somebody else that had posted, commented on one of her posts. And the same thing's happened to her. The same thing has happened to her. And this person is a first time expectant mum. She's having a first baby. She's excited. She's ordered things for the baby. And that makes me so angry. So not only are you ripping people off this close to Christmas, but you are doing it to mothers, like first time mums who are excited and buying things for the baby. Like, it's shameful. It is absolutely shameful. So here's the account. Avoid at all costs. Excuse me. I've reported it to TikTok, and it said the messages of, like, they found out that the messages were against regulations or something, so they've banned her messages. But they already had banned her messages, which makes me think, has somebody else reported it before this? So definitely stay away from this page. Absolute 100% scammer. Have the proof. It's not just me making this up. Just be very careful, very, very careful when you're ordering from people online. You know, if you're anything like me and just trust everybody, don't. Just don't do that. But I have spoken to the bank. I am trying to get my money back. I don't think I'm going to get my money back, but it's worth a try. So yeah, guys, if I can give you any advice, just be really, really careful. Do your research. When I actually looked at this person, like, there's no reviews, and the messages between me and her as well, she'd said to me, will you please post a review when you receive the item? And I said, yeah, of course I will. Like, I do that all the time anyway. But she made like this big thing about people saying that they're going to post a review and then they don't. And it didn't even click in my head. And then now in hindsight, I'm thinking, was she saying that because I've probably realised that there's no reviews on her page? Because there isn't. There's no reviews. Like, it's very suspicious. Share. You don't need to follow me if you don't want to. I'm quite boring. But please share this video because I think it needs to get out there, because I would hate this to happen to anybody else, and especially somebody in a situation that cannot afford this to happen.
How can people afford to go out in London like every weekend? I went out last weekend to London and it was ridiculous. We went to Quaglino's, which I think was £45 a head. Then you've got to pay drinks on top, which is another 35. Train on the way there was 20. Black cabs in between were like £40 per way. And then a taxi on the way home was like 160. Every time we were getting drinks as well in London, it's like £20 a head. Like, I don't want to look at my bank balance, okay? But I'm not going to be going to London anytime soon.
Now, first of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Kipper aficionados will say, that's not a kipper. You're right, this is a kipper fillet. A kipper is actually a whole herring which has been smoked. This is a part of one. All I can say to that is I live in Wandsworth, so you work with what you've got. So what do we know about kippers? First of all, why are they called kippers? Well, that's an interesting tale, because there's lots of different theories. There's the old word kipper, which is Icelandic, which means to grab or to snatch. Make of that what you will. There's a German word kippen, which means to lean over. Not sure that that's got to do with it. There's an old English word kip, which is for a type of basket used for catching fish. And who invented kippers? Well, we have all sorts of theories about people accidentally leaving fish hanging up when there's smoke coming from the stove. There's a 16th century reference to people doing it in Yarmouth. There's a 19th century reference to it being invented in Northumberland. Personally, I think people have been preserving fish probably with smoke for a lot longer than that. It's a very difficult thing to prove. If you do have some evidence to the contrary, by all means let me know. But anyway, essentially, a kipper is a smoked herring. Now, you'll notice that this is orange. Now, a properly smoked kipper will actually go a reddish-orange colour, hence the name, a red herring. However, during World War I, when there were food shortages and they wanted to get these things out a bit quicker, they started dyeing them orange. What did they dye them orange with? Coal tar. That sounds delicious. Anyway, what do we do with the kipper? Well, they're very popular for breakfast. They make a delicious breakfast. Although these things are smoked, they do actually need to be cooked, so make sure you warm them through thoroughly. Now, are kippers good for you? Damn right they are. Oily fish. You're supposed to have about 3 portions of oily fish a week. Omega-3, fantastic. Vitamin D, fantastic. So in summary, the kipper, questionable origins. No one really knows why they're called kippers. Very, very good for you, very delicious, a fantastic breakfast, and cook them however you want.
You know what it is about the UK, I realised the other day, is that from the minute you wake up in the morning, or certainly I found the other day, from the minute I open my eyes and put 2 feet out of bed, I started spending money. So I made a couple of rookie errors, okay? So the first thing I did was I rang my daughter's insurance company. She's gone to uni, and I just wanted to say, you know, she's gone to uni, is there any chance that I can reduce the car insurance a little bit? She's not using the car. And they went, did you say she's a student? I went, yeah, she's gone to uni, you know. And they went, all right, that's £25 because we've had to change it from her previous job to uni student. I was like, but you had, what? And they were like, yeah, we'll change your admin fee. Admin fee? You've typed on like 2 keys. Yeah, that's £25. Also, I'm afraid her car insurance has now increased by an extra £9 a month. I was like, but she's not even here. She's got less chance of having an accident. She's not here. Car's stationary a lot of the time, probably going to get nicked. So I was like, fuck, I wish I hadn't bothered. Anyway, put the phone from them. I was like, great, that's a bit more money spent. And then I had to get a prescription for my dog, because to buy a prescription or buy medicine from your vet is so ridiculously expensive that now you have to get a prescription from your vet so you can buy it online. So the cost of the prescription was 25 quid. That's gone up. So I was like, great, okay, thanks, yeah, cheers. 25 quid. Then I ordered the prescription, another 90 quid. So I'm having a great morning so far. Then I got an email to remind me that I hadn't paid for the Dartford toll, another 7 quid. And yeah, on that day I was meant to be going out. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stay in. Because if I go out, I've got to pay for parking. That's like £1 million. And, you know, I probably might want to stop. I might want to have a cup of tea. Might want to have a cup of tea and a bit of cake. 30 quid. No. I'm just staying in future. I'm not going out. I'm never leaving. I mean, even staying indoors is obviously expensive because you've got to pay for everything. And you can't afford to eat because that's ridiculous. I went out today and I just bought like literally 5 items. It was like 40 quid. And I thought, what do I do? What do we do? Everything's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So tomorrow I am just going to stay in bed under the bedclothes.
Home Office translators scamming the system to free illegal migrants. A Daily Mail investigation has found that Home Office translators are running a lucrative scam to spring illegal immigrants from detention. Interpreters charge £3,000 to act as witnesses to lie to a judge and secure bail for Albanians caught coming into the UK on fake passports or on small boats and lorries. The bogus guarantors vouch for the immigrants who they promise the court will stay at their home if released. Last night, the Home Office launched an urgent investigation and promised prompt and decisive action if necessary. Why are foreigners always on the scam? This scumbag is deliberately endangering the public and financially benefiting from it too.
So I thought I'd go on a train journey this weekend. I thought I'd go down to Folkestone, the place of my birth. I thought I'd go down and have some whelks on the whelk stall, on the fish stall. I thought I'd have a couple of pints in the harbour, you know. Maybe even spend the night if I liked it. But do you know how much they want? £224 return. From fucking Heathrow to fucking Folkestone and back. £224. I can fly to Berlin for £116. I can fly to Amsterdam for £125. No wonder the train system's fucked, guys.
Who actually pays for the TV licence? I was out the other day and the Ring doorbell went off and there was a bloke stood at my door wanting to conduct a visit to see if I needed a TV licence. And he put one of these through the door. Please do not ignore. So I just went online, did the form that says I don't need a TV licence because I don't watch live TV, because genuinely I don't. But even if I did, no, it's not happening. We get robbed enough as it is. And then I got confirmation that they know that I now do not need a TV licence and that it's only valid for a year, but they may need to check with a visit as to whether or not I do in fact need one, even though I filled in the online form to say that I don't. Do they want to come in for a brew? people don't actually let these people in. You don't let them in, do you? Have you had one of these people knock at your door and you've let them in? And how do they want to determine whether or not that you need a license in the first place? How can you prove that you don't need one? Say you've got TV, you've got, let's just say you've got Sky Glass, and obviously part of that package is the live channels anyway, right? Like BBC and all the rest of it, but you don't watch them. You only watch things like Netflix or the normal channels that are with Sky, not the live stuff. How can they prove that you don't watch them? What a con.
I don't bloody believe it, Margaret. The Green Party have really bloody gone and won in Denton and Gorton. Yeah, for those of you that are old enough, 1 foot in the grave. Well, might be 2 feet in the grave now. Did you see that last night? So the Green Party have won the Manchester by-election. Labour came third. So, is this the start of the rise of seeing this handsome young man in number 10 Downing Street? And there are already reports coming out, Sky News were reporting on this before the polls closed, that there was some block voting and family voting, which means more than one person in the booth, which is illegal. So, let's see how this runs. But, as a wise man once said, every generation needs to live through socialism to realise socialism isn't the answer. I mean, this was one of the Labour Party's safest seats in the country. I think it was the 6th safest. And they came third. A load of people are saying, oh, you know, I'm just glad Reform didn't get in. This is a massive win for Reform. They just came second in one of the safest Labour seats. This is showing you how the country are mobilising. Wait until May. Wait until they go into some much, much less left-wing cities, towns and parts of the country. It's going to be an absolute decimation. Labour are done. But what do you think about this? I mean, I don't live anywhere near Manchester, so it'd actually be quite nice. You just sit back and just see how it all unfolds. I wonder if the bins are going to be piling up in the streets. Who knows? What a time to be alive.
I'm done, honestly. I went into a shop today to pick up a few basics. Nothing dramatic, just normal stuff. And why did it become like a second mortgage payment? Since when has bread been £700? And why is toilet roll priced like luxury skincare? I swear I can't buy anything anymore without doing like mental maths of, do I really need this or can I emotionally survive without it? I'm exhausted.
Let's look at overpricing from a perspective of the principles of economics, because I'm seeing so many properties in High Wycombe and Buckinghamshire overpriced, and that leads to death by 1,000 cuts. The home's overpriced, you get fewer inquiries, you get less urgency, there's literally no emotional trigger, you get fewer or no offers at all, and then you're forced into incremental price reductions, each of which erodes the perceived value of the property, especially in the eyes of the buyer. And this is what we call chasing the market down. So buyers then they start to think, actually the property's been on the market for 6 to 8 weeks and the price is dropping, something must be wrong with it. Let's wait for another price drop or even offer even lower. So you start to get lowballed, you get what we call lowball offers, which is no vendor wants that at all. The end result from that is you sell the house below what you could have achieved in the market and far below what you originally wanted for your house. The final thought on this is aggressive pricing doesn't mean that you're giving your house away. It means strategically setting a price that drives demand and it creates competition. It gives you the highest possible outcome in the market where buyers are holding the power at this moment in time, because you're in a buyer's market. Otherwise, you will ending up with no competition at all. You get no urgency, you have no negotiating power, and the only way is to keep cutting the price until you find a buyer that's willing to pay the lowest price.
Nigel Farage is driving up the cost of your Easter eggs. Here's why. Okay, there's been some articles floating around the internet about people going to the supermarket and being gobsmacked at the price of Easter eggs this year. There are two main reasons why Easter eggs are so expensive. Number one, climate change. It has quadrupled the base ingredients of chocolate in the past 18 months. And of course, Nigel Farage gets a significant chunk of his funding from the polluters who cause climate change. Number 2, trade tariffs have increased prices all around the world across the supply chain. And of course, that is driven by Donald Trump, and Nigel Farage is a Donald Trump bootlicker. So the next time you go to the supermarket and find an expensive, gobsmackingly expensive Easter egg, you can blame Nigel Farage.
Shipping them in and putting them into these hotels, why not just ship them back? This country's at full capacity as it is. So now if you wanted to come with your family for a weekend away, go to Snowdon, you'd have to get an hotel even further away where it was time, and then you could get an hotel here. But why is this hotel doing it for? This hotel chain, Holiday Inn Express, because they're making an absolute mint off the government. They got, I think, 230 rooms in this hotel, which are going to be. So they open up the public, you think how much that is? 230 times, let's say my set 80 quid. A lot of money.
Somebody working in the UK and you earn over 35 grand a year, because of the recent budget that's been released, you're going to be 1,400 quid a year worse off. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. That money that's been taken extra out of your pay packet, that will go to someone who's on benefits with 5+ kids, and there'll be an extra 10 grand a year up. When was the last time hard-working people actually got a pay rise like this? People who actually go work every day, turn up on time, do what they're supposed to do, get results for the company or the brands that they work for. Yet people who stay at home on benefits, milking the system for every penny they've got, not to mention these sorts of people will go out on the streets and say illegal immigrants are taking away their benefits. Just let that sink in.
Visitor. And did you leave anything tempting on display? Your TV was on the wall and your laptop on the table. Well, if you're going to decorate your house like a John Lewis display, then what do you expect? You don't think I'm doing my job properly? Julie, this man in his 50s wearing an oversized t-shirt with the word legend on it, who lives at 8 Thefton Way, needs to be fined for negligence of his own personal possessions and wasting police time. Can you call for backup? You don't think I'm being fair? And do you think me here talking about your little tiny laptop while there's murderers on the loose is fair? No, didn't think so.
Can I repeat what you just said, because I think I want the question to hang in the air? Why did the post-war elite, I think I'm quoting you, decide that this multiculturalism experiment was a good idea?
I don't know. I think it's a thoroughly bad idea. I like
so obviously
nation states who interface with each other,
yes,
who respect each other, who respect each other's culture, and who basically, interface with each other like that to try and create this. And again, does it go to the World Economic Forum? Is it the Bilderbergers? Is it the Council on Foreign Relations? Look, where does the truth lie? I mean, I find it, probably like you do, incredibly difficult to work out where the truth lies often in our modern age. Most people want to live a healthy life centered around their community and their family, and they want to, be able to wake up in the morning and feel that they've done the right thing by everybody. But it does seem that there is this malign agenda to break down families, to break down communities, to create this multicultural world where I guess arguably a small global elite are able to exert undue influence on how everybody else leads their lives. That's the only solution I can come up with with my limited intellect, but it doesn't add up, does it? It doesn't make sense.
Honestly, it doesn't. And I remember hearing people 30 years ago hint that there was some multinational or pan-global conspiracy from the groups you just mentioned, and thinking this is obviously a mentally ill person talking. And now you just watch the accumulated evidence is overwhelming. This is not organic. It's not the product of democracy.
It's not in the interest of our country. It's not in the interest of your country.
And no one wants it.
It's not in the interest of Ireland, and none of the electorate want it. So
how are we getting it all at the same time?
Well, it's a very good question, Tucker. I just don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is the people who care about it happening need to now coalesce and actually start to show those people who are perpetrating this on us that they don't want it.
Jobs for life are gone.
Job security is made up. It doesn't exist. Not in today's world. Even thinking about being in a job for 5, 10, 15 years, think of the past. It's not going to happen anymore. Job redundancies are through the roof and they are not slowing down anytime soon. But this is what you can do. Add a new string to your bow. Learn a new skill set. Adopt critical thinking. Learn how to create content where you can turn passion into profit. Learn about marketing, sales, the online world. Come on, look, I've been beating this drum for a long time. If you sit on your hands and bury your head in the sand when there's a big ass wave coming and you do not grab a surfboard, you and your family are going to struggle financially. Okay? Live on less and invest the rest. Save hard and work towards financial independence. And if you're sitting there scratching your head thinking, well, Aaron, it's great you telling us all of this, but how? That dreaded question of how. Well, how do you think you're going to do everything that I'm talking about? Learn. Learn. Come on. I don't need to tell you to suck eggs and put your pants on in the morning, do I? Learn how to do everything that I'm talking about, broadly. Come on. I knew nothing about business when I first started 10 years ago, but I educated myself, and you can do the same. Like, I'm trying to give you the heads up in preparation for 2026. Do not sit on your hands and be naive and remain in denial that your job could be at risk. Do something about it while you can.
Okay, I don't normally talk about politics, but I do want to know how the most hated man in Britain, Keir Starmer, is still in power. What happened to the vote that we all voted on, where there was like 3 million votes in the UK to get him out, to call another emergency election? Where did that disappear to? I don't understand. Well, I do. The powers that be, the people who are controlling him, we all know who they are. I won't talk about it because I don't want to get my political views too much out there. But how has he not been overthrown? How is it that Sadiq Khan is still in power? We all know why. But why have they not been overthrown? Corruption in the UK at the moment is at its finest. And it is an absolute disgrace here in the UK. It truly is. That the British people cannot stand the man that is running the country. So how on earth is he in power? The man is actively trying to destroy the UK, it seems, against the British people. I can't fathom it. I can't get my head around how one man, by the people of the country he's leading, that we despise him. And yet he's still... And I can't stand his damn voice either. His accent, his voice is... honestly, it sends shivers and chills through my body every time. Come on. I don't know what the future of this country holds. Will I remain in this country? Probably not in the next couple of years, I've got to be honest with you. I really want to hold on, just in case. Really kind of, you don't want to see England go down the Swanee, but I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't often share my political views, but I have no idea how the most corrupt man who is against Britain is in power of Britain, the UK, the United Kingdom. It's mad.
Serious talk, where is everyone doing their food shop nowadays? I've been an Aldi loyal for years. Completely loyal to Aldi. I wouldn't shop anywhere else. It's like 10 minutes from my house, nice and cheap. I'm starting to think it's not the play. I am honestly starting to think Aldi is not the play. The meat quality seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know if anyone else has found that, but I had to bin a full chicken breast the other day because it was just weirding me out looking at it. The fruit and veg goes off in like a day. Literally a day. The dates on it just lie. I'm starting to think Sainsbury's might be the play. Now they do Aldi price match, like, pretty much all I eat is meat, carb, veg. They don't even work out that much more expensive. I'm starting to think Sainsbury's is the play. Honestly, where is everyone else shopping? Because I don't think I can run Aldi much longer.
As someone from this country, I find it really, really hard to get along with people from this country as well. Why do English people just move mad? Like, the banter is weird. Maybe it just comes from the football environment that I used to be in, where some man used to move mental in the changing rooms. But it's just mad. Like, when I started uni, there was one guy who was in our little group. He was just a bit weird. We just had to cut him off. and he was the only English person out of all of us. Like, don't get me wrong, there's English people who I've got along with, I have English friends, but some of you man move mad, I can't lie. Pattern up.
I'm already seeing what I thought I would see. People arguing amongst themselves. People with jobs looking down and getting annoyed at the people without jobs. The problem is that the people with jobs, such as myself, we're a sacking away, a pip away, a redundancy away from being in the same position as the people without jobs, on benefits, on universal credit, whatever, on the dole, as we used to call it back in the day. We shouldn't be angry with the people on the benefits because we have to pay more taxes. We should be angry with the people that created this system, where you can work even 2 jobs and still not have enough to live a comfortable life, where you've got to choose between enjoying your time, going to the cinema, or getting groceries, or paying your gas bill, your electric bill. When you work blimmin' hard, doing way more than 40 hours per week, you should have the funds to be able to, you know, enjoy your time. You're having to do mental gymnastics for about 20 minutes, decide where the money can go, what bills need to be provided before you can actually see any of the money to enjoy it, the fruits of your labor. So let's not get angry at the people on benefits, man. We need to start, because that's what they want, by the way. They like it when we're divided. You know, it's a whole division thing. They love it. Blacks against whites, men against women, red pill against blue pill, conservatives against Democrats, lefts against rights. They love this. They love it. And they've got another one, so we get divided. People, or platforms like GB News and Talk News and all these kind of things. Sky News, they love this kind of crap. So let's put our attention to people that create a system where you work blimmin' hard. You have to pay too many taxes and the cost of living keeps going up and up and up. Let's blame it on them.
There is something seriously wrong with this country that Labour and the Conservatives have both done together. And Labour, who are in power now, are making it worse. Because I'm currently running a generator to heat 2 heaters to heat my house cheaper than what I can buy the power from the electricity board. So there I am today, running my generator. That's powering 2 heaters. It's keeping the house warm at about 19 degrees at the moment, and I'm running that cheaper than what I can buy the electricity for from the electricity board or the gas board or whoever's fucking supplying you these days. Who fucking knows, because they change their prices all the time. But hey ho, that's cheaper than buying it from the grid. Now that is fucked up, isn't it? That is what a fucked up country the Labour and the Conservatives have done to us.
Oh my fucking god. The Greens actually won in Gordon and Denton. And we know how they won, don't we? We all know. But the youngsters that voted the Greens, I do not fucking think you understand what you have just fucking done. If the Greens so happen to win a general election, my god, this country will be fucking finished within 3 months. Because let's not forget, they want to have complete open fucking borders. They want to let every single illegal migrant into this country. They then want to give them all of the fucking benefits that they can get their hands on, not make them fucking work, and then give them fucking settled status in this fucking country, which is complete load of fucking bollocks. But not only that, let's not forget, they also want to legalise all drugs, including heroin, crack, cocaine. Are you fucking joking? Now, this may work in other countries. It will not work in the fucking UK. They can sit there and say, oh, but we can regulate it. No, you won't. All that will happen is it will go further underground, and then these big dealers will end up just mixing all the drugs with more fucking shit. So it'll be even worse than what it is now.
It'll be cheaper, but I can guarantee there'll be more fucking deaths. More people fucking ODing. More people ending up in hospital. More people being addicted. I don't fucking understand the mentality of people.
It does feel at times like the whole thing's stitched together rather neatly. Not for our benefit, mind you. For those at the top, it's all very tidy. For the rest of us, it's a slow drip of costs, charges, and little surprises. I've seen magic tricks less convincing than this disappearing money act. And the danger is, people start to accept it, start to think this is just how things are now. But it wasn't always like this. You used to feel like you got something for your money. Now you feel like you need a magnifying glass and a solicitor just to understand a bill. Sewn up like kippers. And we're the ones bringing the string. Still, people are noticing. They're asking questions. And that's usually where things begin to change. Cheerio. And I will see you all in the next video.